Hello everyone. This morning here, it's morning time. It's 9:40 a.m. over here. Um, was kind of busy yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to make this video response to one of my subscribers here. They asked a day ago. They asked me this question. This was in the recent video I made. They asked me. Well, let's see. They said his name is Mobile Stripped. Okay, Mobile Stripped. Now, let's see. Great video. Couple of things I think you left out when talking about the way your kids speak, TV, and other people in their community, friends, teachers. For example, I speak with a different accent than my family, but the same as my friends from school, close to so-called standard American English. What do you think about these other factors, and will you address them? Okay, and first of all, I just want to say that like you guys know, I like to make video responses. I like to make video responses. That's just how I am. Especially if I feel that if it's a question that it will be the other people will love to hear, and it's lengthy, I will make a video. Okay. Um, Now these topic like to be honest, this channel is regarding foreign languages and whatnot. But now we're starting to talk about some other stuff here, such as this media and these type of questions. And I don't really like to talk about this stuff with everyone because a lot of people some people they don't have open minds and they take things the wrong way. So I just want to let you guys know some of the things I'm going to say in this video, some of the things I'm going to talk about. Some of you might take them offensive, or you might take them the wrong way, and yeah, you guys may take it the wrong way, but it is what it is. It's the truth, and that's just how I feel about it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna respond to this guy's question because he asked me the question. So I'm gonna respond to it, and of course, let me know what you guys think about it. All right, so I'll read the question again. Great video. A couple of things you left out when talking about the way your kids speak, TV, and other people in their community, friends, teachers. For example, I speak with a different accent than my family, but the same as my friends from school, close to so-called standard American English. What do you think about these other factors, and will you address them? All right. Uh, so TV, okay, good old TV. All right, so how I feel, I grew up watching TV, normal, typical, watching television, sometimes 8 hours a day, 8 hours a day of television, just sitting there watching television the whole time. But how I feel about television, I think is uh, television is like, I believe it's like some sort of a mind control box. They have all this propaganda on there. They don't do nothing. They have all these, as they will call it, tell-lie vision, telling lies to your vision, because that's what television is. It's telling lies to your vision. So you have all this propaganda on here. A lot of the stuff isn't true, and they make, oh, they make it a lot of times on this, like you watch all these television shows or whatnot, like all these like what are they like top model or just something like that. All this stuff that's coming on television makes probably not everyone. I'm not gonna say everyone, but like the majorities. Is now we're gonna talk about the majority. The majority rules. The majority will always rule. Okay. A lot of people feel inadequate, so they make you feel inadequate and make you feel that you don't have enough and that you need to do this, and if you don't do that, then you're down here. You at the bottom. So a lot of stuff that comes on television and media, they make people feel that way, and then people get out here striving to get something that is hard, they're probably not going to get, and it's driving them crazy. Okay, so I think the TV is nothing but a bunch of propaganda and mind control. They try, and then a lot of people don't know. They don't. A lot of people don't know how to think for themselves. They let the television think for them, and that's really bad. They're like empty shells. Okay, like you have, and like this goes back to education in the house. It's the same. All this stuff goes back to the parents, back to the educating the parents, because the parents, if these kids are educated correctly, they will know. The parents will educate them. They educate them correctly. They will know when they see things. They know that it's not right. They will know. They should know because of the education they receive from their parents. And see, most of these kids, whoever watching TV, they watch all they have like what, BET or some certain, all this rap stuff coming on TV, degrading women. These women on there, they dancing around half naked, and then you can go out and see people actually acting like that. You go out to some clubs, people acting like that. They're people acting like that. They acting like animals. So it's the same stuff you see on TV. You see a lot of people out here acting like that. That's just a reality. It's not just not my point of view. This is reality. You can go out and see this stuff. People out here acting crazy. And so a lot of the stuff on TV is not doing any good for our children. Not doing any good. Okay, nothing good. They just, the TV makes you feel inadequate, and makes you feel that making people feel that they need to go out and buy this brand new car and you move in this big house. I mean, that stuff, they make you feel that that's what you have to have. If you don't have that, then you're at the bottom. Okay, all this, that's why people out here getting this plastic surgery and trying to change the way they look, because of the media. Because if they make you feel that you need to look a certain way, so they think it's cool and you should look this way, so you go out and you do it. Okay, so that's what the television does. And as a child watching, that's a crucial, a 3-year-old, 4-year-old sitting down watching television, they learn a lot at that point in their life. At that age, they learn a lot. Okay, they learn a lot. I'm not going to have my children sitting around watching 8 hours of television. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have them watching television. A lot of this stuff is the same with the music. The music is another thing, propaganda, subliminal messages. They have a lot of subliminal messages in the television and the music. So that's one thing, it's not about oppressing someone, and because a lot of people have it turned backwards, like Islam. Like, I told you guys, I'm Muslim. I'm a proud Muslim, and I learned a lot from Islam. And Islam, I chose Islam because it keeps me on the right path. And a lot of the stuff makes sense to me, and I like this way of life. So a lot of people get it twisted, saying that like some Muslims oppress women, or they just oppressing people. Like, you got people in different religions doing that, oppressing people, but they don't know what they're talking about, because that's what the media wants them. The media is telling them that's what Islam is about, when it's not. Okay, this way of life makes sense. It only makes sense, and I think if everyone took on this way of life, we wouldn't have any problems. I mean, we're gonna have problems, but it will probably be a better place. So if people had this way of thought, but unfortunately it's not. And I want to raise my children like this. I want to raise my children to live this type of lifestyle for their own good. Okay, not to make them feel that they're better than anyone else, but it's just for their own safety. For their own happiness. I don't want my children growing up, feeling inadequate, say, oh yeah, I need, everyone has this, they have the new Jordans, I want the new Jordans, I want to get the new Scottie Pippens because they got the Scottie Pippens. No, I'm not going to raise them like that. All that stuff is media, and makes people feel inadequate. I know, because I grew up with it. When I was in high school, I wanted to, when I saw everyone else wearing Jordans and all this crazy stuff, and out here spending $300 on a pair of shoes, I wanted that too. Why? Because it was part of the media. Everyone else was doing this. I wanted to follow them and do it. Okay, and so the television, that, and that's how I feel about television. I'm not going to let my children watch television, period. So as I said, it goes back to education. The parents they have to educate their parents. They have to educate their children. Now, other people in their communities, friends and teachers. Now, teachers, as long as it's positive, because see, this is, again, this education back at the house. They will be taught. When they see something negative, they're not going to follow that. But if it's positive, it's okay. If they feel that it's positive, it's okay. It's okay. But they're going to already know. You see, you got people out here, let's just say my children, they go to school and they see a group of kids out here, dancing around and acting crazy, pants hanging half off their butt, and just looking crazy. They're not going to do that. Why? Because they will already have the education. They will already have the education to know that stuff is inappropriate, and that's the inappropriate way of life. They're not going to take on that. Okay, so that stuff is not going to rub off on them because they're going to know how to associate themselves with good people and stay away from the bad stuff. Now, they can still, say hi or whatnot to these people, but associating with them, like hanging around them, they're not going to hang around those type of people. They're not going to do that because they're going to already have that education. All right, they already going to have that education. And another thing about the media, like a lot of like myself, okay, I didn't have any role models growing up, and that's important, especially being in a broken home. The father's not there. I mean, you don't have any role models. So most of the time, or the majority of the time, okay, a lot of people take on, let's say for example, uh, basketball, entertainment, rap, all the singing, all that stuff. Okay, again, I don't have anything against entertainers. It's just that I don't have anything against entertainers, but like a lot of the times, people, especially in the black community, they have broken homes, okay, and they grow up, they watching television, and as a norm, they want to be a basketball player, they want to be a rapper, they want to be a singer, they want to do all this entertainment, and that's the only role model they have. That's the only role model they have. That's just reality. That's not my opinion. That's true. So a lot of these children, they grow up and they trying to strive to be basketball players, football players, because that's, they didn't have any really have any role models to for anything else. Now a lot of them, not everyone. There are some athletes, their parents, like their father, they probably were into sports or whatnot, so they took on that same role. So my point is, as long as the children have, as long as they have a role model, a good role model, and a good education, they're going to take on that. So in my case, my children, they're going to be, the type of education they're going to have is a learning. I want to make sure they're going to love to learn, because I love to learn. I mean, grown up as a child, I didn't love to learn because I didn't start liking to learn things until after I met a certain group of people, because the people I grew around with, they weren't into learning. If you learn something, where I grew up, if you go out of your way learning some languages or anything positive, they think you crazy. They think you weird. So I didn't start actually getting into learning until I was like 18, 17, 18. So I want to make sure my children, they're into learning, they love learning, and that's the first thing. Once they love to learn, you'll be surprised, and you'll be surprised what they will learn. In my case, I will be a good role model for my children, showing them that I love languages. So they're going to probably love to learn languages. They're going to look at me being their father and say, "Oh yeah, my father speaks all these languages. I want to be like him. I want to be like him." And most of the time, children, when they grow up, they say, "Oh, I want to be like him. I want to be." They grow up doing the same stuff. They want to be like that person. So I'm going to be a perfect role model for my children. That's important. Role models. Okay, so yeah, and like in school, they go to school. Like, yeah, you have peers. There's a guy. He said, Joven ATL. He said, parents are not the only factor that influence how children learn to speak. In fact, peers are the most influential. Your kids, despite your efforts to raise them multilingual, are going to stray towards the social environment. When other kids are speaking English, they are going to lean towards English. You're really going to have to try hard to make them interested in Japanese and Arabic, things that no one else besides you two are using, which I agree. I agree with that. But at the same time, I think if these languages, because like me, when I started learning languages, I didn't have other people in the environment speaking those languages. I didn't have, I was around, when I started learning languages, all my friends spoke English. I didn't have any friends speaking Chinese or speaking. I will meet some Chinese people. I will meet these natives, but I wasn't hanging around them on a normal basis. All of my friends, they all spoke English. We all spoke English, but I was still able to learn a language pretty good. Okay, so why? Because I had that passion for learning, and that's what I love to do, so I stuck with that. That's what you want your kids to have. Once they get that passion for learning, it can be applied to anything. It be applied to anything. They're going to stick with that, and they're gonna do it. So my kids, they're gonna have this passion for learning, and they're gonna see me learning languages and say, yeah, I want to learn, be like my father. He learns languages, you know. And my mom, she's from, you know, Taiwan, so I want to, you know, take advantage of that, learn that language, and all these other languages. So they're gonna have that passion for learning, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. So, yeah, the environment, the environment, yeah, it has a definitely it's definitely influential. But at the same time, it goes right back to the house. If the parents is all about, and they have to educate. I'm telling you, that's where the strongest education is as especially a 3-year-old, a 3 or 4-year-old. At that point, that's the most important education because that's where they learn the most. Okay, they learn everything at that age, and when they grow up, as they get older, they're gonna remember that education, and they're gonna take, you know, they're gonna remember that education. They're not gonna forget. Say, I was taught this way. I know that this is not right, so I'm not gonna do this. I know that this is right, so it's okay. I will do it. Okay. Now, different accents. I mean, yeah, they may, yeah, of course, they may grow up like they will still have that accent the way we speak, but once they get in an environment, they may pick up some other type of accents, which is natural. They're going to do that. They're going to pick up some type of accent, but they're not. If it's of course, they're not going to be talking like animals, and you know, just disrespect with the what stuff that comes out of their mouth, disrespectful, disrespecting women, saying like these, you know, bad words and stuff. They're not going to be talking like that. As long as it's positive, it's okay. They're gonna know that it's okay. But if it's negative, they're not going to have anything to do with it. If it's negative, that education they would have already built that foundation in the house. So I'm not really worried about that. Now, as far as the languages are concerned, um, yeah, it's you're right. Like Japanese, Arab, those type of languages, no one using them, but they're gonna learn these because they're gonna see that I was able to learn them, and I'm gonna be a good role model for them, and they're gonna take on that role, and they're gonna grow up doing that, you know. So, and speaking of like Chinese, that's automatic. Taiwanese, because they will, and my kids, they want to be in Taiwan, so they're gonna spend so much time in Taiwan with the other side of the family, which can't speak a lick of English. They can't speak a lick of English, so they're going to be spending time with them. So that's going to be a plus for them to learn Chinese, Taiwanese, and whatnot. But even so, even if they weren't to do that, they still going to learn language. Just like how I'm learning language. Still going to learn language because of that passion. That passion will be there. That passion and that role. Okay, that role. I'll be their role model. My wife loves languages too, so we'll both be good role models for them. Okay, so I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but yeah, peers, they will, like I said, they will understand what's bad and what's good. Okay, and let's see, let me make sure I didn't forget anything from Mobile Strips question. I speak with different. What do you think about these other? Yeah, so TV, it goes. That TV is just like music. It's all that stuff is propaganda, and they have subliminal messages in them. And that's a powerful thing. Subliminally, you don't even know what's going on. Like you thinking it's getting your the conscious. You know, it's affecting your conscious subliminally, and you have no idea. You unaware. You totally oblivious of it. So television is a no-no. I have a television here. You guys see, I have television. My wife watches television. My wife watches television, but I don't watch television. The only time this television right here is for games, video games. If I'm not playing a video game, I do not watch television. If I need to know what the weather's going to be like, I just get on the internet. I get on the internet. Okay, and you know, the internet can also be another. The internet can also be another type of media too, if you're not careful. So, like again, this is all about education. You educate your kids right, they'll be okay. They will know how to associate themselves with positive groups and disassociate themselves with negative groups. They will learn that. You have to teach them that. But of course, if you're in a broken home and you're in a broken home and you have no role models, and the mom, mainly it's the mom, she working, she gotta work and take care of the kids, and the kids at home watching television like 8 hours and 10 hours worth of television, and they being mind controlled. What you expect to happen if they're not educated? They're gonna listen to everything on the television. Think everything is cool. So that's why that's why I said education from the parents is important. So yeah, but I think that's pretty much it. And like I said, yeah, I like to make video responses, and I don't like to really talk about this type of stuff because a lot of people aren't open-minded, and they will take things the wrong way. And this is just the truth. This is the truth. This is reality. This is not something I think. This is just reality. And those of you who have sense and are intelligible know that this stuff is true. So let me see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna end the video now. It's pretty lengthy, and I hope that answered your question. And if you guys have any other questions, if it's not something I think that's necessary to make a video, I'll just respond to you with a personal message, or just respond here in the comment area. And yeah, that's it. That'll conclude this video. Thank you guys for viewing, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys' support, and I appreciate you guys' support, rating my video, and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. I never thought it would be this crazy, but now my channel is crazy. I have over 1,000 subscribers, and pretty soon it looks like I'm gonna have 100,000 channel views. So I had no idea. I didn't know it was gonna be this crazy. So I feel humbled for this, and I appreciate you guys supporting my channel and supporting, you know, and I feel very humbled to know that I have inspired many of you for learning languages and whatnot. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys that, and I appreciate you guys' support. So I try my best to respond to all of the questions I receive, but literally it is impossible for me to respond to 100% of my, you know, my messages. I get messages every day. I can't respond to them. I get messages from Russians. I get messages from all these Vietnamese. I keep getting all these messages in different languages and stuff. I can't keep up. So if I don't respond to you, just, you know, if I don't respond to you, forgive me. I'll try. And, you know, you might have to, if it's something important that I missed, then you might have to just send me a message and let me know. Tell me again so I can write it down, because it's too much. It's too much. It's getting crazy every day. So I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just that I'm busy, and, you know, I work too. So I have to make sure I get stuff prepared for my students, and then I come back home. Well, I take my laptop to school with me, so I check my messages at school, and then, like, I come back home and I try to respond to those, you know, when I have time. So yeah, I try to respond to everyone. So I'm not ignoring you guys. So be patient. If it's something important, you know, and I didn't respond to it, just kind of send me a message again, and I will try my best to get back to you and put a video up or whatnot ASAP. So this will conclude the video, and those of you who were patient enough to sit through this video, this 20-minute video, much appreciated. So please, any of the videos I make, because I notice some people they don't watch my whole video, and they totally miss the point of what I'm trying to make, and they just automatically assume it's this way, and they post up a comment and they look like fools, because that's not what I meant. They totally missed the point. So make sure you watch the whole video before you post a comment, and make sure you know what you're talking about, okay? And yeah, because I see a lot of people thumbing down and all this. I don't even do that stuff. It's just other people, they probably feel the same how I feel, you know, that you guys missed the point. So make sure you watch the whole, any video I make. If it's lengthy, you say, oh, this video is too long, make sure you watch it before the whole thing, before you post a comment, because you may post something that is totally irrelevant to the point I made in that video. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I look forward to you guys' comments, and yeah, thanks for viewing the video.